The camera froze, didn't it? Just
Yeah.
so some of the footage may be missing. I'm not too sure yet. Before I come back to it, where it cut off. But basically, we've been to the fuel station. We've got some fuel, experienced that. We've been doing a few roundabouts and yeah, just mastering the clutch timing and things like that. It's been going and traffic lights, pedestrian crossings.
Yeah.
Not sure if the brief was included as the camera. There was something wrong with the file and it's had to restore itself. So. Things are going okay, aren't they, really,
Yeah.
at the moment? How do you fancy getting in maybe a potentially busier roundabout?
That's exactly what I want to say. So making a bit more realistic rather than sideways.
Let's start having a look at that now.
Yeah.
Adding in maybe a country lane as well, adding some of that in. So we'll be looking to use higher gears, fifth gear and stuff. You okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right. And I'm guessing we're on for the drive home, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see what's what. Oh, do you need the bike that high?
There you go. That much. So again, looking all the way. There's no one. I won't indicate.
Okay.
There's no one coming. So
Good stuff.
So we're off.
Nice one.
Just slightly going this to avoid the hole.
So we're going to head over to the same Y junction as before, but this time we're going to turn left at it. It's at the end of this road, do you remember?
Okay.
But it is that side road on the left, then so it's like a double, it's like a left turn, then a left turn.
Okay.
It's like it's like a next side road and then an emerge at the end.
I remember, yeah. Because we went straight that time. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. There could be cars parked on the other side of the bend here, so just be mindful as we go round. Get the second gear earlier than usual. Clutch back up. Good. And a left turn at the end.
Yeah.
Look early, you might not have to do anything.
I don't have enough. I cannot see, so I'll probably go into second gear. There you go.
Keep with that curb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs an extra.
Okay, at the end, yeah.
As soon as the curb goes, if our car doesn't, that means we're going out straight towards the middle of the road.
Okay.
Depending on the width of the road, it's dependent on how severe that could end up. So, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to leave that with you on the next T-junction left turn?
Yeah, let me do it.
Yeah,
Just tell me where I need to go, and that'll be a good exercise for me.
Okay, so follow this road to the very end. When we reach the very end, you'll be turning left at the roundabout.
Okay.
First exit. Camera's still on, I can see it flashing.
All good.
I hope we didn't miss too much of the last bit. I think there's some good stuff there. Traffic lights or pedestrian crossings?
These are pedestrian crossings, so I can see the buttons.
Yep. Are they going to change? Is it
They
possible?
won't, because there's no one there.
Fantastic. Tell me as soon as you see the next junction that we're talking about.
This one.
It's
by the end of the road, sorry.
Yeah.
And then first exit left.
Yeah. It's good to get you differentiating because the sat nav's going to ask you things, and so your job is to know what it's talking about.
There you go.
Lovely.
One coming from the
Fantastic.
And be careful, woman.
I like the fact you stayed on the brakes throughout the clutch up timing. The clutch up timing was early enough as well.
40 limit.
Well done, fantastic. This is where we want to be at the end of our first session, isn't it? Doing all the things that we've been working on today. You know, more so yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what you got coming up then that you can't see yet?
Traffic light.
Tell me if it's a traffic light or pedestrian crossing. What do you see?
Pedestrian crossing.
Okay. Are they likely to change?
They're not, because there's no one there.
Anything overtaking us?
Nope, I looked already.
Could we get to 40, do you think?
We could. Yeah. So I'll go into now national speed, which means 60.
It does. When is it exactly legal to do 60?
Well, now.
Yeah. Anything overtaking us before we put our foot down?
Nope.
Okay, let's go then. Let's not mess around. don't get up to speed quick enough, things overtake. And this stretch right here, I had somebody fail before, because when it changed from 40 to 60, he put his foot down so slow. And only by the time we got here, he was only doing about 43. That's why I say we've got to be, you know, oh, boom, it's 60, let's go. Is it safe to? Yeah, let's do it then, type thing. So we want 5th gear, that's going to help us to get to the desired speed. I know we've got the benches, so we might not be doing a full 60, it might be easing off till we can see around and things like that. But back there, you'd be wanting to up the gear to allow for an easier transition, increase of the speed, and to put the engine at ease as well. So how does it feel going a little faster?
Feels alright?
Yeah.
Well, it's not my first time because I've done it before.
Yeah.
My previous instructor.
Most people tell me when they've been elsewhere that they didn't do much faster driving.
No, I did quite a bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good for you. When you reach the end of the road, I'd like you to go straight ahead and it's your second exit.
Okay, straight ahead, second exit. Fine. Should have checked the left one.
That's
and the right one. I only checked the right one, but I didn't check the left one.
Okay. So first of all, when I go centre left, has anything followed us in? Anything on the left coming out? You know, maybe cyclists catching up or something.
I did look in the front and the right, and then I didn't look in the left one because I thought I'd already covered it. You know.
Okay. So you want to go centre left, signal left, and then you might decide to look in the right as well if there's space for something to come in and merge with you. So at the roundabout, turning right, that's your third exit.
Okay.
So what signal do we need?
Sorry,
that's
right.
it.
Yeah.
And just show me what routine you'd use to exit. Good stuff. Fantastic. That's good. Feeling you're getting up to speed more efficiently there. Any reason why we couldn't do a full 30? Looking at the road ahead as it is?
Now? No, there's no reason now.
Good stuff. It might change, but for now, I think that's right.
So I should be careful on this curb.
Just be careful you're not holding a 31 as well. Good to be at 30, but oh, if you flick it to 31, don't worry. But if you're holding it at that, it means you've not checked for a while.
So bus coming up and then traffic behind it. So, but I'm fine. The bus moved away. There's no one overtaking me.
Okay. If it's only a drain, if it's only a slight, you know, drop, don't worry too much about it. If it's a real pothole or something you think could damage, then
okay, fine.
Then do.
Second gear rather than first.
Possibly.
Now we have priority. It's getting a bit too much. Now I didn't see this one, I must say, because of the... But I shouldn't have done that. I realize now. I just saw the sign and I instinctively thought, you know what, I'll give them...
It normally alternates. You've got priority, they've got priority. You've got priority, they've got priority. That's normally the way they do it. So just got to be looking a bit earlier, eh? Just casting your eyes a bit further forward. Was you putting your visor down? I know it's a low sun, isn't it, this afternoon? So, yeah, just think about that as well, really. So let's turn right at the roundabout at the end.
Okay.
Extra squeeze on them brakes as you lift up. Good.
Should have gone, but
I don't know, if you'd have gone, you'd have drove into the side of that Audi, I reckon, or something similar. So I think your judgment was correct there. Well done. you know that blue car that emerged there as you went past the lines?
Yeah.
You didn't really get gone that quick, did you? Your clutch was nice and steady and slow, lifting up.
Should have gone a bit faster.
Yeah, didn't hear any revs. Revs, bite, go.
Oof, sorry.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's a bit too.
What do you do? Just come off the clutch a bit quick there. You know what that jerk is? It's the clutch plate slamming together like that.
Just like that.
Rather than you gently connecting them, it's just going. And it's. I believe it sort of bounces a bit. Any mechanics who are watching this, please feel free to put me right.
I gave you some more space, buddy. By the way, I'm talking to the car behind me.
Yeah, now you've got to speed. He's not closing the gap now. I just want you to follow the road to the end and then turn left when you reach the end.
Okay, fine. To the curb. Up.
What first? Clutch up or something else?
Gas pedal.
Yeah. Lovely, that's perfect there. Yeah, bang on.
Thank you.
Are we going to be expecting to stop at these lines?
No, we won't because there's no one there.
Okay. Oh, but they might be on a timer.
If it's on a timer, then I mean, if someone pressed the button, then I would slow down and at the same time check my mirror. But it usually happens instantly, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was just winding you up a bit, really.
Oh, okay.
I wanted you to turn around to me and say, no, they're not on a timer. They're pedestrian crossings. So could these change?
These ones can change, but there's no one. No, there's no one there. So I'll just continue. 30 going this way, but still 40 on this road.
Okay. So try not to brake then, like you did. Even if you're thinking about the lights, just come off the gas if you need to think. Braking is going to slow down the whole flow of the traffic behind you.
Fair enough.
So what we've got coming up around the corner?
Queues.
Any threats behind us in case there is a queue? We could give an early warning in case there's a queue.
Yeah, we can just slowly press on the brake pedal.
You're only pressing it a millimetre, aren't you? But you're activating the lights. Are we good to go through?
We are.
Yeah.
There's no one coming from this. No, not.
Car behind?
Yeah.
So the end, your line's about another third of a car length, about level with
So
that
am I
one.
allowed to go into that space? Because I'm not, am I? Because
it's
I don't attached. I actually don't know.
Yeah, it's just one solid line there. So you want your bonnet level with that. Okay. Like Chunkry.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, your stop at the end was abrupt and it didn't need to be. You want to do what we call progressive braking, where you, as the wheels begin to stop, do you know what I'm already going to say? You ease back off the pedal and you sort of control the smoothness of the actual stop, not the slowing down, the stopping part.
Okay.
So, yeah, you had that car coming behind. You've done a great job in doing everything so far, but let's finish it off real smooth.
Rather than
So if they was going to stop late, they got more chance, more distance to stop within as well. So you're always stopping back on at your solid line. You should see, just follow it around, you should see the solid line underneath the right door mirror. So the door mirror looks like it's sat on top. follow it round, and when you reach the roundabout, it's just round the bend.
So we're going straight?
Straight ahead, round this bend ahead in this side of the road. They're turning right there, you see. We're going to turn right at the roundabout, third exit.
Turning right, so I'm going to go on this lane.
Well done.
I checked already, there's no one there.
Nice one. Revs first. But you could have just set your revs and gone. So look forwards as well.
I could have gone.
Whoa. That is
That's the
reckless driving, really.
There you go.
Don't be scared to, once you've got the clutch nearly all the way up as well, don't be scared to give it a good press on the old gas there, you know, just to get us going.
Yeah.
Because at some roundabouts, particularly smaller ones where traffic gets to you sooner, but traffic's more frequent at the same time, you've got to have that under your belt, really, that facility to just, you tell me. Did you catch your speed limit? I understand I might have distracted you.
No.
It's national.
Honestly, no. It's national,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Yeah, sorry, I was paying attention to what you're saying. So I didn't check the...
Okay. Let's, I want you to get the speed up like
Fine,
you mean it. Yeah.
Fine.
Block change to 6 from... You ever done block changes before?
As in from 4 to 6?
Yeah. Or 3 to 5 or
No.
2 to 4.
So you want me to go into 6 now?
Don't bother now because we're coming to the end of the road soon. Alright.
So too late.
So what we're going to do is turn right for the city centre.
Okay. There you go. So still indicating straight. So I'm gonna go straight gear.
Yeah. Don't bother with any other gears yet.
And now we're going right. is that
Right, yeah. The new speed limit is?
30.
Yeah. Keep going, go.
Oh, sorry.
If you slow down enough, it's like you're waiting for them to change them. If you start dropping the gears, you didn't need to drop the gears because it was under control for the bend and you could see.
So
Keep in the middle.
in the middle.
Follow it to the middle, it spirals to the middle there.
Fine. Okay, this was a bit tricky for me, all of this. I definitely want to do this again.
Yeah,
And
so this is more advanced really from what we've already been doing. I've not had a look at what, you know, I've not checked out what you know. I've not asked you any questions before, so it might seem a bit, to those people watching, it might seem a little bit like organised chaos. But, so this is a roundabout. Have you, it sort of spirals you outwards. Have you come across those before? Are you conscious of those?
These were a bit tricky for me, and it was tricky. I would like to do this again in different scenarios if possible.
We certainly will. I wouldn't have you go for that test if you hadn't. So we'll look at that going forward. So we're going for city centre.
Okay.
Don't need the bike point. Clutch on the floor. Revs on first. Away we go.
Okay.
The more you do that, the more you get quicker at finding your bite. The car won't be surging to try and make you fly forwards.
That's right.
Is the car behind on their phone?
No, they're not.
So if you ease back off the brakes, okay, that's fine. Going anyway.
Says left or north.
Yes, so I want you to go north, please.
Okay.
So that means this lane opens up and you've got to veer to the right. Good mirror work there. You see, it just opens up. It's up to you whether you want to choose this one or this one. It's the two outside lanes that stay the same.
Is it worth signalling right, would you say? Or
Not unless there's something dangerous around you.
okay.
Did you catch your speed limit, Doru?
It's 40.
Well done. So can we do it, Doru? Any reason we're doing 35?
No.
That Peugeot 206 is gaining. These parking lights on there behind us.
Still 40.
Okay. What speed are you doing at the moment?
41.
Okie dokie. We're just going to follow this lane ahead, yeah?
Okay.
Everything okay? Any questions?
No, I'm good so far.
I know I've not done any of this side of it with you before.
No, I'm glad we're doing this. This
Yeah.
is it's more real, so to speak.
Yeah.
Which is why I really liked. So we should keep it up.
I want you to change lanes one to the left, please, when it's saying.
I'll look there.
mirror, mirror, signal. Make sure the signals. Why is it? Just keep following the road ahead. Could these change? If they do, is there anything close?
No, there isn't anything close, and there's no pedestrian lights, so they wouldn't really change.
They would though, because they aren't pedestrian lights. You see, these would change because all these guys here have pressed the button. They should wait. Those ones could change at any time because they're controlling different junctions. So they're on a, you know, a sensor or a time. I'm not sure on the exact. Again, if there's any road workers or anything watching, feel free to enlighten me. Don't know everything. So handbrake on, we can come off the brake lights then. So brake lights can create glare to drivers behind, particularly if it's wet. But also it sets you up, doesn't it? Allows you to get sort of in the setup position. Just keep following this lane ahead, yeah. Fantastic. Keep practicing that and you'll get quicker and quicker, but you'll find your driving will improve a lot more smoother. Could these change? Are these pedestrian or traffic lights?
These are traffic lights.
They are.
There's no one coming.
I suppose the other thing to consider is how long have they been on green as well. If they just changed, you might expect to get through. At the
just one question. This sign, this means no one has priority. This train.
It means there's two-way traffic. We're going to turn left first exit at the roundabout. Yeah, two-way traffic. So basically, it's just saying to you, you know, you want to be careful about overtaking there because that lane isn't for you to drive forward, and expect something coming head on.
So it's just a warning sign. Of course it is, because it's triangle.
Triangle there, yeah. So why is it important, you know, before we change lanes, that the signal flashes at least twice before we start to steer? Why is that important?
You're talking about the traffic light?
To change lanes, just general lane changing. So that's the first time.
As in, why would us look again? When we, so I put my signal on and then, rather than check, then have a quick look? Is that what you mean?
Well, you've checked these, or you should have done centre and left, you've signalled. Okay, we'll come back to this because the lights have changed. Fantastic. It's first exit left, so it's following the curb around as it peels inwards.
There you go. This one.
That's it, fantastic. Taking the next road on the right.
This one?
Yeah. That's good there. Steering later, like we discussed earlier. Now there's a really, really, really sharp. No, it's a T-junction actually. Turning left, please.
Okay, so first gear.
Yeah. Mirror signal. Lovely parking there from that Corsa. I'm embarrassed for that. And at the end of the road, turning right.
Okay, so I'll keep on this side. Wait, what am I doing?
Well done. Yeah. I was only going to give you one more second before I said something.
Yeah,
So who's got priority between you and the black?
it would be me.
Nobody, because you're both crossing each other's path.
Really?
Oh, you've just got to make sure she's not going to go there, yeah?
Yeah, she showed me that I should be
Oh,
going.
okay, alright. So, get that foot off the foot brake, because you're not prepared that way. You need your revs on in advance. If I'd have had time, I'd have said something about them pedestrians as well, because the next set,
I saw them, yeah.
the next set could have been about to step off. So,
I did have a look at them and they didn't move.
Yeah.
They didn't move, so that's why I commenced.
Good stuff. We're going to go straight on at the lights, okay?
Okay.
Nice one.
Close.
I want to talk to you about crossroads. I wanted to do it earlier in Chad. Good stuff. Getting better on you at that. Take the next road on the left.
Okay. So let's start there again.
glad you cancelled the signal early, but it still didn't stop him pulling out, did it?
Yeah. Should be extra careful.
What type of road are we on at the moment?
Oh, it's a single lane. I mean, only what do you call it?
One way.
One way, thank you.
Yeah. So if you were turning right at the end, you'd go in the right-hand side of the road here to turn right.
Yeah.
We're going to turn left now.
Turn left. Okay.
Balance speed. Good. Clutch into control speed if you needed it, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, I might be over instructing there. Possibly. I need to shut up and let you.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
So what we got then?
We're going this way.
Okay. Anything on our left?
Huh?
Anything left or no? You check that before we change direction.
Yeah.
So we're okay to drive through the bus lane, yeah?
Yeah.
I agree. What have we got coming up at the end?
We have a set of traffic lights, so which are red, so I should be keeping my distance.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff, checking the cop out. I want you to turn left, please. At the roundabout, that's your first exit. So what do you think about this puddle here?
It's big. I should still go through it.
First gear. First gear.
Oh, sorry.
Take your time now, your engine's still on.
There's...
Don't panic when that happens. If that rev counter ain't on 0, the engine's on. Don't, just because it's stuttered, just stick position right, and it'll, when position right, check your mirror, because it'll prompt the traffic next to you to position over. So that lane will position over, the next lane will position over, and you'll just narrow the lanes up, because if you drive through there, well, it looks deep, that does. So you don't want to drive through it.
Yeah.
You don't want to splash anybody either that stood at the crossing. So,
and you don't want to get the car dirty as well.
okay, so what do you need to do with your feet? The car's already filthy, I need to clean it.
So, revs?
Well, you don't want to sit there wasting fuel, do you? But you could be on the handbrake, you could have your right foot covering the gas, whereas you were squells on the foot brake. You didn't need to be, because you're on a flat surface.
It is, yeah, so I don't need to use the handbrake. So
I would though, handbrake on, because we're at a light. If we could come off the clutch and bounce forward, or something could hit us and send us flying forwards. So handbrake's good. If a momentary pause becomes a weight, consider whether it's worth using the handbrake. That's what I'd say. You know, because you're in a vulnerable place, people are crossing in front of you, somebody slams in the back of you, your foot on the foot brake ain't going to stop you, because your reflexes are going to come off.
Now I can slightly go like this and avoid the puddle.
And anything coming through?
Nope.
Good. What do the arrows mean, Doru?
Sorry?
What do the arrows mean there?
It'll become basically from 2 lanes to 1 lane, so I should better stick with this side of the lane.
Okay, so
so that means that basically it was a 2 lane merging into 1.
good stuff. Yeah, so which 2 mirrors would that prompt you to check? I'm going to turn right at the second set of lights, by the way.
Right, you said? Okay,
Yeah.
right. I'll be checking my right mirror. And my left mirror as well.
Just, I'd say centre and right.
Okay.
If you're in the left hand
No, I mean other than the centre, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Well done. Keep your right foot hovering the gas, because if you put it back here, it's a bit relaxed. When it turns amber, you're definitely not going to be ready till green. But we want to be gone on green, amber's prepared to go.
Okay.
And what signal do we need, just to clarify exactly what we're going to do? There's pedestrians over there, they could want to cross look. And we're going right, aren't we, down there? So, and the cars, we don't want to confuse them. Camera's still working, I think. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's behind me. Anything, no obstruction. Doors turning red. Maybe these ones will turn green.
So you've got an arrow, what does that mean?
It means there's only one way of me.
Yeah.
This way. So you can see actually it shows you.
Yeah.
So they will have to go this way, which means I can just.
Correct, yes, well done.
I won't have to wait for them. They wouldn't go straight essentially, they would turn just as me.
Exactly, because the filter arrow means you've got priority and nothing should be crossing your path. So if it tells you to go, nothing should be coming. It's still worth having a look. Take the next left, it's a sharp turn. Second,
No, I'll still
second,
go second.
clutch up. So get that in early, yeah? Brake, second, clutch up early. Next road on the right.
So this one.
Pull up on the left before this black car here. Anything followed us in?
Nope, there's nothing behind me.
Just confirm the signal if somebody's come. Nice one. Alright.
Any comments?
No, I'm quite pleased really.
Okay.
Just coming up against things we've not gone over before, haven't we? It's just finer details really. Now, you've spent a long time with me today compared to the other night, which was a bit touch and go anyway, because we'd only just met and I picked you up from work and we had to drive somewhere suitable and so on and so on. How have you found it so far?
Well, funnily enough, the first video that you posted, someone said 4 hours, you might be mad doing 4 hours in a day. I am slightly exhausted, but at the same time I think we can cover a lot. I'll definitely say more than 4 hours is a stretch. But I think 4 hours for me is just about. It's fine. Compared to my previous lesson, I feel much more composed, less stressed, so to speak. You know, more in control of the car. I need to do a bit more work on my clutch control and so on, but I've definitely seen an improvement in my own driving skills. I guess looking forward to the next lesson, I would probably want to be more exposed to, well, the proper, busy roads, busy junctions, bigger roundabouts, the one that we passed when we're going towards the city center. A lot of lanes, a lot of traffic signs, a lot to take in. So being exposed to that will definitely prepare me more for the driving test, because maybe I'm being a bit too confident, but I think driving through these narrow roads, I think I'm fine with that so far.
Okay, yeah, I agree. So really it's warming you up to there and making sure that you're as equipped as you need to be to do that, and I think that's becoming evident that you are, and that's why we've been doing what we've been doing for the last how long. So I think next lesson we should pick up where we've left off today. Look to do some faster driving, get some we've already talked about lane changes. Since we've been in these areas, not had a chance to talk about things probably as much as we need to in terms of we couldn't get to the end of the conversation. Just keep
it on. Okay, fine.
We didn't get to the end of the, just because of the camera. Okay, fair enough. We didn't get to the end of the conversation about changing lanes and why certain things are important.
Okay.
Do you remember? I said to you, why is it important that the signals flashed at least twice before you change lanes?
Because it gives them time to think about what your intentions are.
Yeah.
So rather than doing it just before, it's a bit sudden for them. So you want to announce. I mean, not announce. You want to, whoever's driving behind you, they would want to know what they want to, where I am supposed to be going, or where my intentions are. Turning left, right.
Good stuff.
So
cool. Good. I'm glad you know that, because you sort of signalled, went as you signalled. You could argue if you signal as you're going, you might as well not bother signalling.
Yeah.
Because you're doing what you're doing anyway, and that's clear from your directional change. So yeah, it's all about giving forewarning. Sideways glance. Why might that be important when changing lanes? Because you just check your mirrors, I think.
Yeah, I remember that time. It's just to cover your blind spot, I guess, and also just to make one final check. Yeah. Especially if you're in a fast lane. So if, let's say, you are coming off, you're coming onto the dual carriageway, you definitely want to, even though you're indicating, you definitely want, just before you step into the dual carriageway, have another glance if I'm coming from the left hand side, let's say, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just for, I just want to highlight this as well, because I mean, it'll help the guys who are watching, but also to you. It's not just on faster roads. It could be at any point. There's the view of your car. Look. Did I show you this last lesson?
No.
Imagine there's your lanes. You've checked your centre mirror. You check your right. That's good. You've checked your right mirror. That's good. Done. But then there could be something, because you can only see that far, can't you, when you're looking forwards?
Yeah.
So if you check your mirror, so you've got all that covered and you've got all that covered. But there could be a car sat already, regardless of the speed. If there's a lane there's a strong possibility. It could be sat right there next to you. It could have been sat there for the last 10 seconds.
So then tell me please, when should I check my blind spot? Every time, because I think that
Changing lanes, yeah.
changing lanes.
I would advise to. Some people will say have a double take in the door mirror. But to be fair, I've had people say to me, thank God you told me to check this, have a sideways glance, because they'll say, I checked my mirrors and I didn't see anything. And then just before I went, whoa, there's a car sat right there. It's right at the side of it, literally like that. So that'll just iron that out. So every time it's going to be mirror, mirror, signal, flash, 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 glance, back. So you want to keep your shoulders on the seat. It's not a blind spot check like you might do moving off from the side of the road here.
A quick glance.
It's a chin to shoulder type thing. Bang, done. Bang, done. Right?
Okay. Okay.
And that'll look. You can't go wrong. There's no chance anything could develop if you check that out.
Glance. Yeah. Okay.
Always be aware when you're sat in. So if this is you, be aware when you're sat in other people's blind spots.
Okay.
Basically, don't do it. Either speed up and get past, which could be the more dangerous option, or hang back a bit so that they could just. So if this car would just hold it back a bit and is there, do you see the line there? You'd see them.
Yeah.
You'd see it.
But if they're up close to you, then you won't be able to. Okay.
The bigger the vehicle, the bigger the blind spot. So always you be careful if you're sat at the side of a lorry or a bus.
Just keep in mind, changing lanes, always cover your blind spot. Fine. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. I think we'll sort of head back towards yours now.
Okay.
But I think next lesson, I'd just like to have a quick chat with you at the beginning about crossroads and priorities. If you want to get a head start on that, you can watch some of the lessons that I've done that cover crossroads. There should be a brief on there. I think it might be driving lessons with Chris.
Okay.
Not sure, but the crossroads will be in the title, and also in the description it might have the number, the minutes as to where the brief is, so you can skip straight to the brief, I believe.
So, do you mind if I quickly...
No, that's fine. Great. Just because we've dealt with some crossroads, and I saw you giving some hand signals or your thumbs up. It wasn't much in that, but I do want to make sure you're aware of everything. We won't go into it now because it'll take
more time.
It'll put us over, but yeah.
So if I go into, you say Chris, right?
Oh yeah, you got it up there, have you?
Yeah. So driving lesson demonstrations. Oh, then I put the brightness up as well.
Do you use the blue light filter?
Yeah, I do.
Me too. Should be in the drive. Yeah. So there's driving lessons with Chris. It should be some there.
2-lane dual junction lights, roundabouts, slip roads.
What's the full title? It don't. And go on.
So full title.
Not that one.
Okay, go next one.
You click on the. Not that one. Might be this one. Oh yeah, prior to the crossroad, changing lanes. So actually that's relevant. It's got the lane changing stuff in as well.
Okay.
And it's got our brief. So you're going to be extra prepared for tomorrow if you.
Yeah.
Do a bit
of course I'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?